Okay, we had a question on the vertex of a parabola. Have you done completing the square?
We did a little bit of it.
Okay. Okay, well, I don't want to do that first because there's an easier way,
Okay.
and I think you've got a test coming up, right?
By what I understand, yes.
Okay, so, um,
Yeah.
I'm going to say we'll defer completing the square for now. Okay, although you have seen that, you would have seen that in your MCR courses.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you could, you know, kind of review it, read your book. But if we have time, we'll talk about it. Okay.
Okay.
Uh, You know, I haven't even talked to my pre-calculus class about completing the square yet,
Okay.
but they are pretty good
Quadratic.
with the rest of it. So when we talk about completing the square, they'll know, okay? Because they know how to find the vertex.
Mm-hmm.
But completing the square is the other way. And completing the square is actually the way you derive the quadratic formula. Now all that, let's just focus on what the quadratic formula says. Here are your zeros, right?
Right.
Okay. Okay, this part of your quadratic formula, just throw away the discriminant. And you can think, this is the axis of symmetry. X equals this is the axis of symmetry. The reason for that is you do have symmetry. You know, the axis of symmetry splits your parabola into mirror images, mirror image halves. Okay? And if it has zeros, one of them is on this side of the axis of symmetry, the other side's an equal distance on the other side of the axis of symmetry. Well, if you add this quantity to b, to negative b, and then divide by 2a, it puts you on the plus side of the axis of symmetry. If you do the negative, it puts you at equal distance on the minus side of the axis of symmetry.
Okay.
So this is halfway between the two things you get from the plus and the minus. Negative b is halfway between negative b plus discriminant and negative b minus the discriminant. So negative b over 2a is halfway between what you get from those two values divided by 2a, which is it. Okay, well, that's your picture. So here's your picture of the parabola. Not written very well, but hopefully you can see negative b over 2a, right?
Right.
Can you read that okay? Okay. And if you've got zeros, they'd be equal distances wherever they are. Okay? And if the zeros are complex, well, they don't really appear here, but if you raise or lower the thing, they would. In other words, if you got, well, no, I'm not going to digress to that. Okay, this is what you need to lock in, right? Okay. What's the y-coordinate? If you have the x-coordinate of a point on your parabola, how do you get the y-coordinate? get the y coordinate, if you know the x coordinate, you plug in the x coordinate, right?
Okay.
That means you plug it into this and it gives you the y. That's all. That gives you the vertex. So let's see if you can do that.
Okay.
Okay? So let's try. You might not totally understand everything I said, but you're pretty good at putting things together, so if you can understand it, then that's very good. If not, we'll go to more detail. Okay, so we're going to try this for y equals, an easy one. X squared plus 5x plus 6. Actually, let me give you an even easier one. We'll make this x squared plus 6x plus 8. Okay? Just because that one comes out with whole numbers, and you won't have to deal with fractions.